Okay, this is Eco Media Solution, and this is our podcast, our first podcast. And we have a guest called Andreas Brattli.
Yeah, hello. Thank you for coming. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, you're welcome. We in Eco Media Solution discuss like different issues, different solutions we can adjust to different companies and things like that. So today's issue or like the theme or what we call it issue we talk about is straws. So yeah.
Yeah, we are now talking about grass straws, or what kind of straws are we talking about?
We're talking about straws, all kinds of straws.
Yeah,
like,
okay, yeah.
What is the best? Because there's so many things that people are speaking about these days. But is like biodegradable straws better than the normal plastic straws, or are the biodegradable worse than the regular plastic straws, right? So that's a big issue, right? So
it's definitely in the wind at the moment now. Should you use plastic straws, paper straws? This metal going around, like the whole hysteria. So I would be quite interested to have a small discussion about what is the best alternative.
Yeah. Because that's the issue, right? Because people speak about it, it's bad for the environment, and they're trying to find like different, different solutions to the problem. And the market now these days, people are going to the internet buying like biodegradable straws, and that's they say it's a good thing, but it's also a bad thing.
Yeah.
Like, is it environmental friendly or isn't environmental friendly? So that's the question, right? So
yeah, you're thinking about now how biodegradable straws compare against regular plastic straws. Are we now thinking about the quality of the plastic? Where does it come from? Or but you mentioned earlier when we talked about the plastic quality in biodegradable that in some way it hurts the soil.
The problem is some of the biodegradable products they're making are actually worse for the soil than the regular. They can biodegrade, but sometimes they don't biodegrade at all. They have to be in the right conditions, in the right time, or like the right place to biodegrade, or it will remain the same. And also the problem that some of these straws or biodegradable products, if you throw them in the water, they don't biodegrade at all. So that's the issue. Like they're almost a.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. Bless you.
No corona, sorry.
No corona.
So, but what you're saying about biodegradable straws, that of course in certain environments they wouldn't degrade at all. But they are still a better alternative to regular plastic, I would assume.
In some cases, yes, but there's so many different kinds of biodegradable. So the label is very different. It's very difficult to figure out which one is the right one. So, but there are certain conditions, like EU have like a condition for that the biodegradable products have to degrade or biodegrade in 12 weeks, and 10% of the material can be remained, so you can use the soil again.
Okay. Yeah.
But if the plastic straw still remains, for example. It's not good for the environment. There's just garbage or like something that can't be used, right? So then you can't use the soil for plants and stuff like that. That's the main point. So if you have a lot of garbage in it, you can't use it. So, but sometimes, that's one of the issues that are like you don't want plastic straws.
No.
In the way in your garden or something.
No,
like
of
that.
course. But we can agree upon that biodegradable plastic is a better alternative than regular plastic. But the main issue is that we should have some sort of labeling and consent behind what kind of biodegradable plastic are being used. Because many are being put out on this wave to just use this term to sell their products because it's eco-friendly and so forth. But because it's such a new term, not all the right regulations are in place. That's what you mean,
Because I think that's the problem, because the label is the problem. Because some of the biodegradable products aren't biodegrade in the right time.
Yeah.
That if it doesn't biodegrade in the right condition, then you can't use it. Because if they have to be in a certain condition before it can biodegrade, then you have a problem. If you can biodegrade in normal, like in your garden or in the soil in your garden or something like that, that's a good thing. But if it have to be in a different condition, so the only company can do it, then you have a problem. So then you have to discuss what kind of products can you use instead, and there are so many things that you can use instead as well, and there are a lot of research in how to make straws from seaweed, and then something called kelp.
That's quite interesting, but I just wanted to conclude, like, we both agree that biodegradable plastic is a better solution than regular plastic, even though it's not as good as it should be, but it's still a better alternative.
I agreed. So I think it's a good thing, but I think it's very different. It's difficult to know, so know the labels, like know what kind of biodegradable straws you can use that actually is better. So you have to find out which one to use. That's the problem. If you find the right one, that's better.
So I understand it's quite many different providers, different products. So, but I would assume if I go into your webpage and social media accounts, you would have some kind of alternatives that for sure actually is the best alternatives at the moment.
We can probably find it, but we will put it out there. So we haven't talked about too much about it, but we can definitely put it on this link and more about these different types of alternatives. So,
because this is, I guess, is a problem that most people didn't know about. So it would be quite handy that we could go into your accounts, and then you have found the best alternatives at the moment.
Definitely.
But
I think it's a good thing. But if you go back to the research being made from other, but maybe better than the biodegradable, perhaps. It's like making it from seaweed or something that grows natural in the nature. I saw something about the internet, something called siege grass. That have it's a kind of grass that grows.
Siege. How do you write this?
Siege grass. You can see it right there.
So it's SEDGE. Siege grass.
So
it's not like you're having a siege against a fortress.
No. But I can write it down on the comments and stuff like that. But this is grown in Vietnam in the Mekong Delta. And there's something. The stem is hollow, so this is something that grows natural. So it could work as a alternative straw that actually biodegrades naturally. So you don't have to do anything with it. So I think that was kind of interesting. If that's a good thing or not, but not sure. But I'm not sure if it has aftertaste or something. If you suck something out of the drink or something like that.
Because at the moment it's just speculation. They haven't started using it. I guess.
But I think it's interesting to talk about is it a good thing or is it a bad thing? But if it grows natural, I think I would think it would be a good thing, like something that grows fast and could potentially save the environment from dangerous plastic if that was the case. So I kind of like it.
I see just here by a fast googling about this grass straws. That they are actually being used at the moment. And it looks pretty good. I would assume anyways this would be a much better alternative than the paper straws that taste like garbage and really don't work.
So you have alternatives like bamboo, but the people making bamboo straw. But I think there are lots of complaints about bamboos, about how the aftertaste.
Because it has some taste.
Because if you suck something out of it, you taste something like bamboo. So the taste is different. So that's a problem with bamboo. So in the chef industry or the cooking industry, that's a problem. Using bamboo, anything in materials and stuff like that.
That give off taste. That's why plastic is still the mostly preferred.
Yeah.
So, but I see here that's this straws made from the wild grass in Vietnam. This siege grass. They have been quite popular before, but they have made a return now due to this crisis we are within now. But I see that the only issue that might be with them that it takes some quite of time to grow, like 1 to 2 years. But definitely a very interesting alternative. How do you feel about this paper straws? This has been like one of the biggest discussions.
I think paper straw is like I think it's a better alternative than plastic, but the problem is that if you have it in a drink, it becomes like super wet, or like it becomes like ruined in the first minute you use it. So you have to drink up the drink really fast before it get destroyed or wet. So I think everybody knows that the soggy feeling you get of the paper straw. So I think that's the main problem. It kind of ruin the experience when you go out and eat.
But it would be interesting to have a comparison in price between this seed straw and paper straw. Like why isn't it being used? I guess it must be an economic difference.
I think that's another other issue as well. Because that's the price, of course. Because the reason why people don't use like biodegradable stuff and things and recyclable materials often is because it's a lot more expensive than to produce a new one. So you kind of like when you recycle stuff as well, it costs more to recycle than to actually get a new material from the nature or make a new one. So that's the biggest problem, that you have to make stuff cheaper. And cheaper all the time. So you have to find effective processes that you can actually that's a big problem. So I think that's the main issue. How can you make it cheaper? How can you make it effective? How can you recycle effective? And so that's the issue. If you can biodegrade stuff, you can actually use it as a soil, and you can use the soil to plant your vegetable gardens or something. Right. That's the main. Then you have something you can actually use it afterwards. But if it end up in the landfill, then you have a problem from the environment.
Then you're thinking about the regular plastic straws and this biodegradable to some degree, because they will break down, but they would use longer time.
So that's the problem, that you have to find like if you use biodegradable again, you have to use products that is actually really good, or like that can biodegrade fast. It doesn't take 12 months or something to biodegrade. But I think it's better anyway, like you said, because it's better that it takes 12 months than 400 years.
Exactly.
Because plastic used like 400 years before it breaks down, so completely. So that's the problem with plastic. And if in water, it remains the same. But some of the biodegradable products is actually just as worse than plastic, because they don't biodegrade in water.
They don't biodegrade in water, but in regular soil they need sunlight.
So that's the one issue that is being discussed around the world. Is this a good thing, or is it a bad thing? So that's a problem.
But so to recap here, like everybody know that plastic straws is affordable, simple, clean, but they don't degrade in like 400 years. So we just have to seriously stop with this. And biodegradable is an alternative that is not the best. This wild grass is coming back, so I would definitely put more focus on this. But at the moment, we all know paper straws are pretty crap. But what do you feel about this metal straws?
These metal straws, I think these metal straws are a good thing, but you have to think about how many times you have to use it before it actually becomes sustainable. Like I think there have been research that you have to use it like 37 times to 150 times before it actually is sustainable. Because of when you make metal straws, you have to mine it, find the materials, transport it, across the sea somewhere where the metal is.
Yeah.
And then some research says that you have to use it between 37 times to 150 times before it's actually sustainable than plastic. And the problem with metal straws is that you have to always remember to bring it.
They bring the metal straws around with you.
Yeah, around you all the time.
Yeah.
So that's one of the big problem though.
Yeah. But they are always saying now that the plastic straws, because we have all seen the horrific images with the turtles and seahorses and so drowning with the plastic straws once again. We know that a lot of that end up in the sea, and it's a terrible thing, and we really need to go away from plastic in general. But how much of the actual plastic that gets into nature are these straws? Is this the right place to start?
Like you're switching to metal straws, you know?
Yeah, no, I'm thinking in general of the plastic that ends up in nature. How much of that would be the plastic straws? I would assume it's quite a low percentage.
Yeah, how it's... I'm not sure if I understood the question, but how it's... in nature? Or
no. How much of... Let's say you have 18 million tons of plastic going into the ocean every year. How many kilos of that would be straws?
Destroyed like a...
No. How much of that would end up? Yeah. Let's say you have in Norway on every day 100 kilos of plastic end up in the ocean. Well, how much of that would be plastic straws? Would it be like half a kilo?
That's a good question though. But, But I'm not sure about that, to be quite honest. But I think that but plastic straws is some of the most regular things that are actually found in nature.
Yeah,
that's the main issue.
And I guess it's also a simple place to start, because it is something that you actually don't really need to be, and you can have simple alternatives like we have talked about.
Because there's a big reason why big companies like McDonald's switches to, or Burger King switches to like paper straws, and stuff like that. They do this. This is big companies. They actually
it makes a big impact.
Yeah, big impact because they know that these things are finding in nature. That their product is actually being found in different types of nature. So, but I should definitely find some numbers of how much plastics are getting on the oceans, I guess. Yeah. So that's a good thing. Yeah. But I think the regular things are the ones that ends up in nature are ones that are plastic products that are used once. Yeah. This so that's
the single-use thing is that we need to get away from, and so, this doesn't just concerns straws; it concerns plastic bags, wrappings, and etc.
Concerns everything. So it's like so using things that you can reuse actually helps. Just think that you can reuse a lot, but you have to remember people are simple, they want to if they can clean up quickly. That's the way we can do it. So I think the best way if you're gonna make it a big decision in the world, you have to make it it can biodegrade effective. That's my opinion. That you have to find materials you can use that can actually biodegrade effectively, and that you can use again, so you can use the soil again. Yeah. I think that's the only solution. You have to find ways to find products that can actually biodegrade. Yeah. But again, you have to find the right labels and find the right products that can actually be used.
Yeah. So to recap, you would find more information about the biodegradable straws, so we can see which kinds is the best at the moment at your page. At the moment, before these wildgrass straws come into the stores again, I think this would be one of the best alternatives. But definitely. At the moment, I would say then metal straws might be the best way to go. Just if you really need a straw for your drink, it shouldn't be that difficult to carry around.
I agree.
What about it would be cool to have made a phone case with a straw holder on the side. In the back, you will always remember your phone.
Yeah, I think you have to make like you have to make alternatives how you can like remember your straw everywhere. I think that's the big problem. Remember how to remember the straw, because I think the metal straw is like I can see the problem though, how to find if you always have to remember to bring it to something, or you have to make it smaller somehow, or
So you would think what we should do now. Well, if you are talking to someone that don't know anything about this, and they say they hate the paper straws, and we should definitely not use plastic. What should they use today?
I think they should use. I think metal straw is the best solutions in the moment. I think that's the most easiest thing to get, metal straws, and I think people sell them almost everywhere. And I think that's a good thing. But you have to think about it. You have to use it 150 times before it's actually sustainable. So that's if you drop it in nature, or something, then it's not more sustainable.
Of course, if you haven't used it, you haven't used it a bunch of times.
Then it's worse for the environment.
But still, if it's a metal straw, it would rust and decay and not leave any harmful. And even though it takes some time to rust, it's much less than plastic.
I agree. I really agree.
To everyone out there, I would say that if you go out, have a drink, and you really need a straw, bring your own metal straw, right? And it would not be that difficult to just say no to a plastic lid on your cup of coffee and plastic lid on your iced tea, and just drink from the cup. Maybe might that be a solution?
Simple solution. But thank you for joining us today.
And, thank you for having me.
I hope you're coming as a guest later. Then
I'm always open. Please post as soon as possible about the other alternatives and where you can find them.
We will do that.
So fantastic. Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you. Bye. Then we are Eco4Media Solutions, and hope you're staying tuned to next podcast.